welcome back to Fabricating Fringe. Well, today I do want to kind of review this gorgeous, gorgeous wavy curly style, but I also want to share with you some tips and tricks regarding curly wavy synthetic wigs and toppers and hair pieces for that matter, and give you an idea of some different things that you can do to help maintain your curly and wavy styles. There's a lot of questions regarding curls and waves, how to maintain, how to keep them from frizzing, how to help extremely curly hair relax a little, what to do to maintain those waves and curls because over time they happen to fall or loosen. So there's a lot of questions regarding these gorgeous styles that have wave and curl. So we will address some of those questions along with giving you a closer view of this beautiful wig. So first of all, what you're seeing here is Jon Renau Sarah, and this color is Shaded Pralines N Creme. This color is absolutely beautiful, and the code for that is 1426S10. Now this wig is part of Jon Renau's Smart Lace collection. It has their beautiful Smart Lace front. But let's talk about this color and then we will move on to Sarah. Shaded Pralines N Creme has your medium natural ash blonde and a medium red gold blonde, and that is in a blend. And then what you have is a shaded root, and that is a light brown. When I first looked at this light brown did look quite warm, but that's what you have going on here. I think that overall this color is fairly warm looking, although you do have that mixture of color with that ash blonde. It gives it beautiful contrast, great dimension. It's just gorgeous. And I love that light brown rooting. It's not too dark. I feel like it makes this color look more natural, having that rooting. It's just really, really pretty. When you have an S in your color code, that means shaded. So S10 means it is shaded with the number 10 color, and the number 10 represents light brown. Your number 14 is your medium natural ash blonde, and your number 26 is your medium red gold blonde. So that number 26 is getting closer to those warm red tones, creating a very gorgeous mixture of beautiful color. What do you guys think of Shaded Pralines N Creme? I think it's beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about Sarah. Sarah is your gorgeous, loose, wavy, curled, long wig. It is so pretty. Let me give you guys a full turnaround. I just can't get over this style. She does have a lot of volume. It could be tamed down, but you could definitely give it a lot more volume, fluff it up. She could be big, but she could be sleek as well. You have a lot of options with this wig, and oh my goodness, I love the length. These curls have kind of a relaxed, beachy appearance, kind of loose waterfall. Oh, just lovely. Now I am actually going to take off this wig and show you guys the inside of the cap construction. So I did put just a little bit of dry shampoo on this wig, and that's about it. I pulled her out of the box and left about 5 minutes later. I have not done anything to this wig at all. So Sarah has the gorgeous Smart Lace front, and that mimics a natural hairline and is hand tied one by one. This allows for off-the-face styling. I mean, you can wear the hair down, you could cut a bang if you'd like, but you do have the option to pull it back, braid it back, and have a lot of styling ability. And then you have your single monofilament top, and that allows for multi-directional parting while providing the appearance of natural hair growth. That also is fantastic for styling ability as well. So paired with that amazing lace front, this is a fantastic combination because really you are able to style that hair as if it's your own. Another amazing feature about this Sarah wig is that it is 100% hand tied. You have this very, very comfortable 100% hand tied cap. Each hair is individually hand tied, creating the appearance of natural growth. It's very stretchy. The movement is, like I said, very natural, and they just fit like a glove. You have your 100% hand-tied stretch section, and that allows for customized stretch from front to back and ear to ear. You have your velvet ear tabs and your velvet nape, and you also have your adjustable straps so that you can adjust that wig and have it fit your head more true to size. So I am going to put Sarah back on, and we will talk about the lengths of this wig and a little bit more. Okay, so this is synthetic fiber. This is ready to wear synthetic fiber straight out of the box. This gorgeous style has basically been baked into the fibers. And when I mean baked, I am literal about that. What I've been taught by the folks over there at Jon Renau is that this fiber is wrapped around rods depending on the style that's meant to be achieved. And then those rods are put into an oven, and it is literally baked for hours and hours and hours at a very low temperature. So when you hear somebody say that your synthetic wig has been baked, that style has been baked to set that style into place, they're pretty serious about that baked. These beauties have been in the oven. That makes it really nice because it's very convenient. You don't have to do a lot of styling. You can wash it, let it dry, and it typically keeps its shape. It's very beautiful. There are a lot of pros to synthetic hair. Well, there are some cons as well. Sometimes with synthetic hair, it doesn't last as long as human. So what do we do to maintain these gorgeous synthetic styles when they start losing their shape? How can we help those frizzy ends? How can we help those curls that are starting to drop? Well, let's talk about that. But first, let's discuss Sarah, the weights, and the lengths, because I'm getting off on a tangent here. Now, this is an average size cap, and I have an average size head, true average, and it fits me like a glove. This stretchy, fully hand-tied cap feels like a warm hug. It feels wonderful. The ear tabs are just at the perfect spot. It's literally the perfect fit. The weight of Sarah is 5.1 ounces. Your bang is 15 inches. Your crown is 17 inches. Your nape is 12.5 inches. And your sides are 15.5 inches. I want to give you guys a little tip about your smart lace fronts. When you are putting your wigs on and off, when you are adjusting them, make sure you're being particularly careful with those delicate materials. You know, they're fairly durable, but if you're tugging and pulling on them and ripping them, you could fray them. You could have hair loss on your wig. So use your ear tabs to adjust. Grab the nape. Just realize that if you are not caring for these gorgeous pieces, handling them with care, really, then you will see the wear and tear a lot quicker. Think about what you invest on some of these beautiful wigs. compare it to a very high-end, delicate silk blouse that you have to take to the dry cleaners. You want to handle it with care and concern because you want those materials to last, you want them to look great, and you want them to stay vibrant and beautiful for as long as possible. That goes for these fibers as well. So the way you wash it, the way you handle it, and the way you care for it, it's going to show in how long it lasts and the way that it looks. Obviously, if you wear your synthetic pieces every day, all day long, and it's a longer synthetic piece, it will show wear a lot quicker than somebody that is not wearing their hair like that, or if they alternate between other pieces. They do say that on average, with everyday wear, your synthetic hair can last between 3 to 6 months. Now, I can actually have my wigs last a whole lot longer than that, but I often switch it up and wear ball caps and other things in between. There are some precautions you can take to help have more longevity out of your synthetic pieces, but let's talk about your curly ones today and some of the questions that people have maintaining their curly styles. Tangling, matting, frizzing. A lot of people have concern with their fibers doing this, and sometimes they deal with these with their straight fibers as well. What can we do to help tangling, matting, and frizzing? You have your frizzing that goes into tangling, that goes into matting. So these are different things that are all grouped together because it's just a progression of what occurs with your synthetic fiber. One of the first reasons people deal with this is because of improper care and not really knowing how and what to do when it comes to caring for their synthetic wigs and toppers. It's recommended that no matter what you're wearing, whether it be HD, synthetic, or even human hair, that you should be washing your wigs or toppers and hair pieces every 6 to 8 wears. So I really love and recommend using the Jon Renau shampoo and conditioner. Now they have their new black bottles, the Fiber Love shampoo and luxury conditioner, but I have their old bottles here with me. This stuff is amazing for caring for your alternative synthetic fibers. By regularly cleansing with this synthetic hair shampoo, it's gentle, it's paraben free, it's sulfate free, and if you think about your curly synthetic fibers, the product that you use, the makeup that gets on it, the sweat, all the other elements that your wigs and toppers and hair pieces are exposed to, this is going to remove that and cleanse it, because that is just coating the fibers over and over again, and that needs to be removed to keep those fibers looking vibrant and beautiful. It restores the body, and it's going to extend the life of your synthetic fiber. When your synthetic fiber starts getting that product buildup, even if people do things like downy soaks, it starts weighing down the hair and coating the hair. At first you might feel a softness, but over time it feels heavy, it feels very textured. Because of that texture and that weight, it can start matting and tangling even more. Having those fibers free of all that product buildup is going to help it flow and move more freely without the matting and the tangling that occurs. Another reason why people deal with matting and tangling is because of rubbing and friction on the fibers. People refer to this as friction frizz. This is very common for your longer styles, back in the nape as well. This happens when the hair is rubbing continuously on your back, on the seat, wherever it is. Just that constant rub is going to cause that matting and that tangling. Unfortunately, that is kind of the way it goes with fiber rubbing up on another fiber. If you're sitting in your car, if you're moving around, your hair is rubbing against another material, it's going to start moving and eventually tangling. My biggest suggestion with synthetic hair, especially synthetic hair with length, is to always have your wide tooth comb. This wide tooth comb is your best friend if you wear synthetic hair. Do not go anywhere without it. Literally, if you are wearing your synthetic hair all day long and you don't detangle, when you do go to detangle at the end of the day, it's going to not just be a little bit tangly, it will be matted. So basically, if you take time here and there throughout your day to give it a little detangle, then that is going to prevent your tangles from progressing into matting. Now we want to use only a wide tooth comb on your synthetic fiber. The reason why is because if you are using other brushes, other combs, anything with smaller teeth, and you are trying to get through those tangles, what you're doing is you are causing a lot of tension on these fibers. And it's going to stretch the fibers, and they're not just going to be resilient. What's going to happen is it's going to stretch them, and you have to think of it as these fibers stretching and then coiling back up like a ribbon. You'll want to use a comb like this because it will glide through those fibers a lot smoother, and it won't cause so much tension on the fibers, creating damage and wear. I don't know if you guys are like me, but back when I was a kid, I would just like rip through my hair with any brush or comb I could find from the roots down. I just did not care. Well, with your synthetic wigs, even your human hair wigs, let's care for them a little bit more gently. Let's, give these beautiful pieces a little bit more TLC and love. When you detangle your pieces, start at the bottom and move up. It's going to be a lot smoother getting through any of those tangles, and you're not going to cause stretching of fiber and damage. Now, if you start at the top and go down, that's where you're going to get the comb stuck. That's where you're going to get the ripping through, and that's where you might start yanking out hair, for that matter, and damaging your fibers. Not only could you be damaging the fiber when you sit there and comb through the fiber from the top down, but you also, by stretching through the fibers like that, you could be compromising your waves and curls. Another thing I suggest is using the HD Smooth Detangler. You can get this even in travel size. I like to use the travel size bottle of this and a wide tooth comb in my purse, in my car. This will help you detangle and keep your synthetic fiber looking beautiful. It's going to restore healthy luster and body. It's going to eliminate frizz and help you go through those tangles with your wide tooth comb a lot smoother. So what if you are already past that and you have frizz and tangles and you do not know where to go from here? Well, this is what you can do. I did a full video on steaming back in December, I believe. I will put the link down below. It explains how to steam, what the benefits are for steaming, all the nitty-gritty details with steaming. But steaming is fantastic for removing frizz and damage from your synthetic fibers. If you get a fine tooth comb, and this is the one time that using a fine tooth comb is permitted on your synthetic fiber, and I highly recommend using a carbon comb. A carbon comb will not melt and isn't affected by chemicals or heat. This is not a carbon comb, but when you use a fine tooth comb along with your steam, you can go through any rough, dry, brittle ends and slowly steam out some of those very crunchy, damaged ends to smooth them out. Now, if you are dealing with a curly wig and you don't want that steam to affect that curl, or you want to use the steam to give curly hair more lift and volume, if those curls have dropped or loosened, you can actually steam curls into your synthetic fiber. You can use a curler, follow that curl pattern that was originally there, and you can use your steamer to steam them back in. Obviously, you would do this with the wig not on your head. You would do it most likely on a block head, but that is also in the video that I did in December, and like I said, that link will be down below. Some of the tools that you can use for refreshing some of those curls on your curly and wavy synthetic wigs and toppers are curlers. You can use curlers. These are a few. You can also just do pin curls. Right here I have Jon Renau January, and these waves are fairly loose, but honestly, there are people who have restored curls with a cold curling iron and then steam. So just keep in mind that when you are using steam, that you don't want to kink or use pins in a way that will create dents, because the way that you are placing those curls or pins or curlers on that fiber is the way that that fiber is going to set. So whether you create curls with pin curls or with curlers, you definitely can revive curls that have dropped over time using the steamer. And you can definitely use the steamer and a comb to revive those rough, dry, crunchy, damaged, matted ends as well. Okay, here is another awesome tip for you folks who like to wear synthetic hair, and particularly long synthetic hair. Because we talked about friction frizz and what happens when the synthetic hair rubs on other materials, just be mindful of that fiber. So if you do happen to be sitting on the couch or hopping in your car or whatever else, remind yourself, okay, I'm wearing a wig, I'm wearing a long wig. Move your fiber to the side and keep it from rubbing and tangling. Doing this, putting it all on the side, that is going to keep your fiber from that friction frizz, from that matting, and from that tangling. It's going to eliminate all of that movement while you are, back to back with other materials. So let's talk about your wavy curly styles and why the fibers may drop over time. Why are my curls not as curly as they were when they came out of the box? Well, first of all, think about it. Gravity. If you put your wig on a wig stand like this, and it just sits like this all the time, that's how it's stored. Over time, gravity alone is going to start just loosening those curls. One tip that you can do to help those curls is give it some boost. Save the net that your wig came in. Now, if you store everything on a wig stand, people have different ways of storage, but this is one way that you can help give your curly styles a little boost. By containing those curls and wavy styles inside of the net, that takes some of the pressure of the gravity off of those curls so that it's just not being weighed down. Now let's talk about gravity and washing your wig. When you wash your wig and let it dry on a wig stand like this, there's even more weight on your wig because of the water that's in the fibers. If you just let it dry like so, full of water, it's going to set more loose, and over time, if that's how you always dry your curly and wavy wigs, it's going to continue to loosen and drop those curls. So another way to help keep those curls in place and give them a little bit of assistance is either place it on the wig stand and say for long styles, I'll pop a picture up here to show you this wig in particular, resting on the counter rather than dangling and free falling. By allowing this wig to rest on the counter nicely so you can prevent cold crimping and weird waves, that is going to help those curls to maintain its shape rather than slowly fall because of the weight of the water and gravity itself. Another thing you can do is when the hair is wet, give it a little bit of assistance by scrunching it. Scrunch up those curls with your hands. Scrunch it back up. You've washed it, you've removed all that gunk, all that grime. Now scrunch those curls back up, twirl it in your fingers, give it some of that style that it came with, and just assist it. And then you can let it dry with something to help boost up those waves and curls as the fibers dry out. So lastly, to help those curls, revive those curls, just like removing frizz, use your steamer, use some curlers, follow the wave pattern, and you can actually steam some curls back into your wig, like so. Steam it and leave these curlers in for 24 hours. If you think about it, this hair, this style, baked for hours and hours and hours in an oven. So if you want to revive these curls after steaming, you'll want to allow these curlers or pin curls or whatever else to sit for a good 24 hours to really obtain those curls once again. And this will help revive that bounce once again in your curly styles. And you can actually put curls in a straight hairstyle or vice versa with your steamer. So like I said, I will have that link down below to the how to steam and why to steam from a few months ago. So I hope this helped you guys regarding some of the questions and concerns regarding synthetic, curly, and wavy fiber on your human hair wigs and toppers. If you have any other specific questions, comment below or message me on Instagram, or you can email me. I'd love to see if I can come up with some answers or do some research. If you guys have some other suggestions or questions about wigs, toppers, hair care, or styling, let me know. Just comment below. What do you guys think about this gorgeous Sarah wig by Jon Renau? Thank you so much for watching this review along with these tips and tricks. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any suggestions at all for future videos, let me know. I appreciate you guys very much. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.
Every single day